Okay, hey everybody, welcome to video 2. We're going to be going over the first but very important initiative that we have as the continuing care volunteers. That's a flattering picture of me. And what we can do to get us started for the fall of 2019. So as we talked about before, I'll bring up our document here. So we said that in the last video that our goal is to try to meet quite a broad range of needs, right? So that when our stipulations are, one, that we don't have the best connections at Columbia for legal reasons, and two, we want to try to find as many resources as possible to meet the diverse set of needs that asylum seekers and refugees have. And we're going to need a lot of different connections to do that. So the one document that I want to draw your attention to is something that I sent out I think about a week and a half ago. So what this is more or less like a big, it's a document that has all the resources that we're going to use in our work to try to meet the needs of our continuing care clients. So what this is a pretty basic document. This is actually the old one. So you can see that it isn't the most organized. So in the past, what people have done is when they've been given a different continuing care case, and say that you have, I don't know, somebody coming from, let's say someone's coming from East Africa, they speak maybe French and then a local language, and they are in need of housing. A lot of times, if that would be that client would be assigned to a particular continuing care volunteer, and then what's happened all too often is then that continuing care volunteer is kind of on their own in terms of either doing a lot of Googling or reaching out to professors or reaching out to friends or any other kind of network that they have to try to find what is the best way or the best resource or the best organization to help them meet this need of the client, or at least get them connected to some other kind of service to kind of get them started on meeting this need. And that's great because we've had a lot of really awesome and really well connected and really well informed social work and other volunteers. But we want to try to bolster up this document so it's a little easier and it just saves people time, to be honest. And I think we'll be stronger if we all have one document where you can refer to that will allow people to go to just kind of see, hey, I've got somebody who needs food. Go over here and they'll have hopefully a better collection of places they can go to get food. So as you can see, this is the old one. This old one is pretty basic, SNAP and things like that. We've got a lot of questions on here. But this one's pretty basic and we want to really bolster this. So this is actually the old one that is okay, but one of the goals that we have is we want to try to bolster this to have lots and lots of different resources that people can refer to make it easier and to make their work with their client as thorough as possible, in hopes that they can provide the most complete assistance as possible. So this is the newest one. It's also a little bit blank. I would encourage each and every person to at least look at it. Who is the last one? Oh, so Sonam. So whoever Sonam is, shout out to you. You've made the last edit, which is awesome. So we have people who have added on some awesome immigration legal teams. I'm going to bring these ones up because these different organizations, both Catholic Charities and Safe Passage, we actually get cases for them, and we do medical affidavits for them. So we'll have people from Safe Passage actually get referred to our clinic, and then they will do a medical affidavit for them. So this is pretty cool that people brought these up independently. But food, really lacking on food. That's a really hard thing to find in the city. Another one, especially for asylum seekers, that we really want to work on. Where is it at? Community centers, that's a huge one. Maybe I'll add a tab for it because it says commodities, but housing is a big one. I might just create a separate tab just for housing. That's a one that's really hard to find some assistance for that. So anyway, this is the first thing I wanted to bring your attention to. I will also take this time to bring up your password for this video. So make sure you watch this video. So your password for this one is Elote. E-L-O-T-E. So an example, what you might do if you, for example, if you find some community clinic that provides pro bono mental health care for somebody, maybe it's in the Bronx, maybe it'll be the Bronx Mental Health Care Clinic XYZ. Okay, so that's the name of the organization. They might have a website, maybe it's bmhcxyz.com. Phone number, address, services, these are all pretty self-explanatory. One thing I will bring up is you might think, well, if you have this old document, why aren't you uploading the old ones onto the new one, just so we're not repeating anything? Truth be told, as you might know, with a lot of these different organizations, some of them have been around for a long time, but a lot of times their phone numbers or the main contact person changes. So I just wanted to see if anybody found any updated information. That being said, I am going to update all of this information onto the new one. I just didn't want to crowd anybody out. So anyway, when you're adding this, you can add phone number, address, and so on and so forth. The different services they provide. Target population, this one's huge. Target population. As you might imagine, somebody coming from another country might just want to be around people that they feel familiar with. So usually these organizations don't exclude anybody, but a lot of times they might be designed or they might be built for a certain population. And if we can match that with our clients, that's always best. Notice that is separate from languages though. So if there is a place where they do particularly offer maybe French or Spanish or any other kind of language, that is particularly helpful. Fees. So fees, we do aim to try to find organizations that do work pro bono, but if there is maybe a small charge, we might be able to work that out. That's usually a conversation with the legal team of the client. Contact person info, having a personal contact is going to be huge, but if not, there's no worries there. And anything else you think we should know about these organizations, that would be awesome. So again, this could be a really awesome document to have. I think especially if you're a public health student and a social work student that's planning to work in New York City, maybe after you graduate or even while you are in school, you obviously have access to this anytime you want, and I think it'll be something that will be really helpful for you no matter what kind of work you go into, just to have a good idea of what all is offered in New York City and these different organizations that help refugees and asylum seekers, but also tend to help a lot of people that are just in New York City for other reasons and who have needs for other reasons. So get on this. If everybody could add maybe 2 or 3 resources to this, that would be phenomenal, and we would have a really awesome resource bank to pull from when we are helping our asylum clinic, asylum seekers. So that's all. Thank you.